Hi students, good morning. Today our topic is leadership. I'm going to present to you 7 ways to lead. So yeah, that's our topic today, 7 ways to lead. Yeah. So imagine that you have some friends and you are left in a mission and you don't know what to do. Your friends also don't know what to do in that mission. So in that case, somebody has to stand up and be in charge of the whole group, and she or he is the leader, and that's the role that you are going to have to adopt. You are the leader of the pack. Now there are 7 ways to lead people. First is having the initiative and take that initiative, and second is setting your vision or your goal. Now this is the first thing to do when you want to lead people. First, you take the initiative to lead. So coming back to the case of your friends and you have to stand up and say, okay, guys, let's start our action. Let's see where we are going, and let's find out how to go there. Yeah. Okay. So taking initiative means that you start directing others by telling them what you are going to achieve, and that's similar to your vision. If you have a company, your vision is where you and your company are going. Yeah. And of course, you have to know how to achieve that goal. So you set your vision, and then you have to know how to achieve that goal. And you tell your people, you tell your staff your vision and how to get there. Yeah. So coming back to the situation, let's say that you are a leader. You can say to your people, you can say to your staff, okay, people, this is our goal. We have to sell this product to the new market. We know that the new market has been enjoying the supply from our competitors. Now we have to find out how to beat the competitors and how to persuade the market that ours is better. Yeah. So this is the goal. That's your vision, and this is the how you are going to achieve the goal. And you tell this to your people, you tell this to your followers, you tell this to your subordinates, you tell this to your staff, you tell this to your workers. That's our goal, and these are the ways to achieve that goal. Yeah, so first step, first and second actually, taking the initiative to lead and setting the vision, and also letting people know about the vision and how to achieve the vision. Second one is you have to be able to listen well. A good leader is a good listener. So if you keep talking and never stop to listen to people, you are a bad leader. Yeah. Good leader always listens to others, knows how to listen, and when to speak. Yeah. So listening well means that you have to be willing to listen to your staff's consideration and opinions. You have to let them have the chance to voice out their opinions, and then you have to listen well. Reflective approach, that means thinking deeply before saying something or taking an action is better, especially if you have experienced, smart, and well-trained staff members. Now, with a bunch of kids, probably you don't bother about their experience because they are still green boys and girls. Yeah, but if you lead a group of masters, those having master's degree, those having experience in the field for many years, yeah, you'll have to be careful. You just cannot call the shots, do this and do that. Sometimes you have to listen to them. Sometimes you have to listen to their opinions and to their considerations. Yeah. So coming back to your situation, still the continuation of the previous slide. Okay, now we know that we have to persuade the target market that our product is better. Now this is the uh, one of the ways to achieve the vision. How will we go about doing this? What's the best way? Now, a good leader also comes up with good questions for the followers to think about. And this is what you did. This is what you do. You ask them questions. How will we go about doing this? What's the best way to do that? And then you give them the chance to speak. I'd be happy to hear from you what you think about this issue. Now, this is the chance for them to speak, to contribute their thoughts, to put their thoughts in it, and to voice out their opinions. Yeah. So listen well. That's the third way of leading people. Next way, the next step is weighing. Weighing means considering things. This means you have to consider every suggestion and opinion from your staff members. Yeah. So while listening, you have to consider the advantage and disadvantage of each opinion, of each possible step, of each possible action. Yeah. You have to analyze every possible strategy and look at the negative consequences and also positive impact of each step. So when you are given some options, some suggestions from your staff members, you have to carefully weigh them. You have to carefully consider whether the impact will be damaging or will be advantageous. Yeah, so sometimes there are, or in many cases, you have both the disadvantage and the advantages. And so you have to consider carefully whether the disadvantage can balance the advantage. Yeah. So that's the weighing aspect. Coming back to your situation, okay, one possible way of persuading our target market is to offer them huge discount on our merchandise. Yeah, so this is one of the possible ways suggested by your staff, offering the market, offering the people or the customers a very big discount on our merchandise. Let's see what it takes, what it requires, and what negative consequences may arise if we take that option. So this is the beginning of your consideration. Yeah, you begin to consider the possible outcomes, whether they are bad and whether there are some good sides to it, whether there is a damaging consequence or whether you can gain some advantages, some benefits, and you have to carefully consider every option. Okay, that's weighing or considering things. Next one is you have to decide. Yeah. A good leader knows when to decide, because you cannot have for example, a constant and prolonged discussion or prolonged brainstorming. There is a point in which you have to stop considering things and make the decision, and that's what a good leader does. He or she makes decision, yeah. And then explain. The next one is also explain. Yeah, explain why the decision is best given the situation and the condition that you are in. Yeah. So coming back to your case, okay, after considering several options, I think it is best if we postpone the launching of our product until the beginning of next year. Meanwhile, we put in more efforts to observe our competitors' actions. This way, we will be able to save more funding, which otherwise has to be spent on promoting and giving discount. Yeah. So up here, you've come to a point in which you decide something. Here is your decision. I think it is best if we postpone the launching of our product until the beginning of next year. Yeah. And then in this part, you explain why the decision is taken. This way, we will be able to save more funding, which otherwise has to be spent on promoting and giving discount. So it is logical to give explanation why you take that decision. Your staff and your followers need to know why you decide that way and not the other way. Why you make that decision and not this decision. So you have to decide something, and then you have to explain why you decided it, why you decide that. Okay, so making decision and explaining are two ways two steps in leading people. And then last but not least is you delegate. Delegate means you have to know well what every individual in your team is best at, and then entrust him or her with a task that suit their best abilities. This means that you have to know your people. This means that you have to know in what skill he or she is best, in what skill he excels. And then by delegating means that you assign them a certain task to do and trust that they can do that because they have the capability to do that. Yeah, because you have known them. Yeah, so delegating is like that. Coming back to your case, you can say to your people, okay, so now we have 3 big tasks in hand: surveying the market, observing the current situation in this business, and improving our product. A, you are good at research, so please do the first task. B, you watch the current situation. And C, with your skill in design, please supervise the product development. Now this is how you delegate tasks to your staff, to your workers. A is responsible for surveying the market, B is responsible for watching or observing the current situation, and C is responsible for supervising the product development. That's delegating. And you have to trust them. You have to leave them, and you have to let them do their tasks. Yeah? Because you have to trust, because you have trusted them, and you are sure that they can do that to the best of their ability. So in summary, you have 7 ways to lead people. First is taking initiative. Second is knowing your vision. Know where you are going to. Yeah. And third is listen to your people very well. Fourth is analyzing the consequence. And next is deciding things, making a decision, and explaining your decision, why you take the decision. And then the last but not least is delegating tasks to your staff. Yeah. So there's a good quotation here from John Maxwell, a very good and experienced leader. A leader is one who knows the way, who goes the way, and shows the way. Yeah, quite short, but you keep this in mind. And whenever you lead people, remember the 7 ways to lead people, and also this very good and memorable quotation. Good luck.